Good morning, assalamu alaikum guys. Let's get this started. I hope you've had your coffee and you're ready to set out on your day. Time to get your blood pumping and get ready for another chit chat. So today I had a few things in mind that I wanted to talk about, and one of them is how to get started with working in Saudi Arabia. Now, Saudi Arabia is one of the best places and destinations for you to come if you want to work long time or even short time in order to make money and save up. The thing is about working and living here is that it's not a place that you can typically settle down permanently unless you are kind of bending the rules. And let's talk about what that means. So for those of you who basically feel like they want to settle here permanently, unless again you're bending the rules by like becoming like a permanent student or something like that, there's no real way that you can stay here for an extended period of time. In fact, like once you hit age 60, you can no longer get a visa to stay here. You have to technically leave the country. Now, do some people stay illegally after their visa expires? Yes, many people do. But they're living in the shadows, and that's kind of not the life that you want to be living. The first question a lot of people ask me are, what are the requirements I need to become a teacher to work in Saudi Arabia? English teaching is still one of the jobs that's available, and plenty of people are being hired for it. It's a job that many Western expats are taking day in and day out. Now, the requirements are still a Bachelor of Arts in any kind of degree, plus a TEFL or TEFL certificate. So if you have those two items in order, you're ready to go. The first step you need to do now is apply online for different jobs. There are great websites for this, like TEFL.com, Teachaway, and Dave's ESL Cafe. It's still being used. Once you've found a reputable employer, it's time to get your visa process started. Now, it's important at this point to make sure that you're getting the right visa. And the right visa is the basic work visa. Once you have it issued into your passport, it should say Amal, work. It means work in Arabic. This can be an issue nowadays because of the different relaxation of the visa rules for Western expats. And let's talk about that really quickly. So, as you might have seen on TV or read about, it's a little bit easier to come here now as a tourist. And unfortunately, many companies who aren't willing to go the normal standard route for employment are utilizing tourist visas to bring in new teachers. Guys, if that's being offered to you, you cannot reverse it. You cannot reverse a tourist visa into a work visa. It's not possible, and there's no news about that ever becoming possible. So if that's what's being offered to you, it's a huge red flag, and I would not accept that kind of offer. Again, unless you're willing to stay here illegally, work illegally, and be basically in a very vulnerable situation. If you go the standard route of getting your work visa, that will involve you having to contact your university, and your university sending your transcripts and your diploma, a copy of each, brand new, directly to the Saudi embassy, in which case the Saudi embassy will then examine those documents, contact the university, and verify that those documents are true and that you actually earned what you say that you've earned. There are additional steps that you can work through, and most likely your company will require you to be working with a visa agency in the first place. But another expense that you should factor into your budget is getting a physical exam. Now, if you get a physical exam in DC, for example, it costs about $850. And the company that you're employed for will reimburse you when you get back. Now, don't take my word for it, double check with them, but this is standard practice, that you get your physical exam done in a place that's recognized by the Saudi embassy, and then they'll send the results to the embassy along with your complete application package, and those receipts need to be kept so you can be reimbursed for that cost. The last step that you probably have to do is getting a criminal background check. Now, when I came back to Saudi Arabia in 2020, they still required a criminal background check from a city that you're staying in. And at that time, when I was applying, I actually wasn't living in the United States. I had been previously working in Malaysia. So that was an interesting situation. What I did was I got my criminal background check from Washington, D.C., although I'd never lived there. And it's acceptable, and that's pretty much common practice. You get it wherever you are applying at. Now, once all these required documents are in order, it takes usually about 4 months for this process to occur, between 2.5 and 4. It took 4 for mine. Then the embassy will review your application and either grant you the visa to come and work or reject you. And they still have the right to reject you even after all of that. But anyways, guys, that's enough of me talking today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm closing out here with my evening snack that I usually have before going to sleep. If you have any other questions, you can feel free to post them, but that's pretty much a general overview of what it takes to get involved and to get working here in Saudi Arabia. Take care, peace, salam alaikum, bye-bye.